So there are 3 types of round starts in fighting games in general. When you start playing fighting games, you don't really think much of this. This is just like the counter that tells you to go, like, oh, let's just go. But as you get more advanced in the genre, you start thinking about this situation because depending on the game and the characters in the game, this situation is a really important situation. So first is static round start. So that's Guilty Gear. Guilty Gear has this, BlazBlue has this, Street Fighter has this. That you start at a set distance away from your opponent. You guys are essentially even, right? Essentially, as in you guys can move at the same time. This is like some Final Destination melee energy. Like at a glance, it seems fair, but because you're at a set distance, some characters are going to be good at this, and some characters are going to be not good at this. So a really good example is Nago. Nago's amazing at round start, and if he hits you with anything, you will get wall broken, and he is basically going to win the game. Where other characters don't get such ridiculous return. Most of the top tiers have pretty good round starts, but most of the weaker characters have to like peel off and stuff like that. In more balanced games, or in games where you start a little bit farther, so let's say rather than here, let's go to like here. This actually could be a pretty interesting situation to build on. It could be interesting here when you're closer to, but in games where you can combo up everything, I think it could be a pretty stressful situation. Actress again, right? Dynamic round start of the round, we can move back and forth, you could jump, you can air dash, you can do all your stuff. To be honest, I think that the dynamic round start is probably the most fair. I think this is the most fair because you're not stuck in one position. You can go to safety, you can run up on them, you can do basically whatever that's not attacking. I think Melty Blood, once again, is very ahead of its time. It is very uncommon, very, very uncommon. I know type Lumina is like this. I actually don't even remember if you have your jump stone type Lumina. Now, this is not the only type of dynamic round start. There is another type of dynamic round start, and this one is less fair, but for the game that it's in, it's fine. So this game is the second type of dynamic round start, where you can't really move at the start of the round. All you can do is like walk back and forth. We saw a very polite round start. These two really respect each other, but I am sure that because this is an hour-long set, so I probably around. Look how much less respectful it got. This is the Marvel Classic. The Marvel Classic round start, walk at each other, right? Marvel 3, Marvel 2, and you can do stuff before the round. So another important thing that you're gonna see here is that Zero is charging his Buster. When Melty Blood, you can't do any attacks, nothing. But in the end, these are the two dynamic round starts. I think this one is a little less fair than the Melty Blood one, but this game is also just really explosive, high character power in general. So for this game, it's kind of okay. There is just one more type of round start. Now, this one is really new. This one has appeared in modern fighting games. So this is what I call a forced round start. What I mean by this, I think it's pretty straightforward, but the game forces a round start situation during the match. So usually also you're not actually at round start. Usually you're slightly further. So the difference between like this, okay? So look how close they are. Notice how my sword does not reach, right? So there's a small difference. So right now, only 2 games have this that I'm aware of. I mean, I guess 3D fighters have it. Like Tekken has this type of thing. I'm a Tekken baby. Guilty Gear Strive and Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is the first game I saw that had this forced round start. Why do we have forced round starts? So this game and anime games in general is known for very strong corner pressure and like looping corner pressure. And the wall breaking and bringing you back to neutral adds a whole list of extra choices of like, how do you want to combo? Do you want to break the wall? Do you not want to break the wall? Like resource, character, there's all these extra choices you have to make because you can't just knock them down in the corner and run your game plan till death. In Dragon Ball, it actually is because in Marvel, when you kill a character, the character jumps in, you can set play them too. Of course, it's a character thing too. When Dragon Ball, when you kill a character, it resets the neutral and you just start from round start again. So it's a way to, even if you loop a character until death somehow, it's not easy to do in Dragon Ball. When that character dies, you go back to neutral. So the forced round start, while if you're a long-time fighting game player, might be like annoying for sure, especially considering like history, it is a good thing. It is very important to know how to play round start in games in general and understand what type of round start you have. So hopefully this little overview helped.